Good morning, everybody. It's Andrew, and I just want to do a comparison of some of the UCS sets because I just completed the Imperial Star Destroyer, and even though my favorite ship in Star Wars it's a toss-up between the Millennium Falcon and Slave One, um, but build-wise and overall detail and accuracy-wise, this Star Destroyer is freaking amazing. And it has the fewest gaps. I mean, there's always going to be gaps with Legos with the crazy angles. But this thing, they nailed it with this. Check it out. All right, first up, we're going to start with the Millennium Falcon. All right, it's a dome, is a very low dome. The bottom's curved, the top's curved. So there's hinges here, so these fall down, gaps, big gaps here to compensate for this big circle. There's gaps here because you've got an angle going this way and that way, where these are straight, also with an angle coming off it. So you get some gaps. And then when you put it up on the side, these panels kind of slide down a little bit, so you get a big gap right there was compared to here, because the gravity is pulling the plate this way, because these two plates just float. There's just two pins that goes in a couple holes, and it floats on a piece of Lego sticking out. This is hinged on. This is hinged on. So that doesn't come off. These are solid. This is solid, but this floats. So you get this big gap here. Same with this, angle going this way, angle going that way. So you get a gap there, gap coming across this dome thing, gaps here. So, but overall it looks, I mean, they nailed it. It looks fantastic, don't get me wrong. Now let's go to the last year's AT-AT. Again, because of the multiple angles and the way plates are, you get some gaps. I mean, it looks gorgeous too, but, big gap here where the hinges are, gaps on top of the head, although I rigged that up. They're actually bigger. Gap here because of the hinges. Now look at the Star Destroyer. Look at this thing. You see any gaps overall? There's only a few gaps around the bridge, and they're not bad. It actually looks like they're supposed to be there, like weld things. And on the side here. And then one gap here in the middle. But it's not that bad looking, because when you mainly look at it from this angle, is how you mainly are viewing it, no gaps. I mean, look at this thing. It's gorgeous. The guns, although I put tile. This one has a tile, and then these didn't. So I thought, that looks stupid. I'm putting tiles on top of this because this one's got a tile. Thank God for extra parts. Anyway, yeah, very few gaps in this thing. It is absolutely fantastically gorgeous. I mean, and it is impressive. Look at this. Look how big this thing is. Look at it's one thing. One of the coolest parts is the engines. Look at that. There's barely any gaps back there too. Look at that. It's so cool. So freaking cool. I mean, it is impressive. When you walk in my front door and you look through the kitchen and into the living room, you see that. Bang. Look at that. Look how much longer it is than the Falcon. The Falcon's huge. Look at that. It is so impressive. I don't have the sticker because, again, I bought this used, not brand new. It was missing the sticker, but I have them ordered. I ordered two. I ordered the one that comes with the set, an exact duplicate remake. But I also ordered one because you could put I have another one of those plaque plates, so I'm going to put a plaque on the back with Darth Vader facing the other way, so if I ever flip it. This one's going to be the standard UCS sticker. It says Imperial Star Destroyer, blah, blah, blah. The other one, instead of saying, is exactly the same, but instead of saying Imperial Star Destroyer, it says Devastator, because this is the Devastator. This is Darth Vader's. I'll give you an example. I have a small Star Destroyer that I built like 4 or 5 years ago. It's a mock. I ordered the pieces. It's gorgeous too, but it's tiny. It's, you know, it is a display model, but notice the difference and the red light up top. This is the Eviscerator. I think it was Tarkin's, the one he was in command with, if he wasn't on Vader's ship with Vader. So that's the Eviscerator, and this is the Devastator. Love it. It is such an impressive model. It's a really cool build. I mean, it doesn't, like the Millennium Falcon has, you know, you can open this up, and you got the interior with, and I've got R2, C-3PO, and Obi-Wan hanging out. And you can open this one up too, but it's a pain in the ass, so I'm not gonna. And there's the engine room and everything. You can pull this off. And there's Luke in the gunner seat. If I can get it back on. And of course in the cockpit is Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and Han Solo. This has no interior. You could not make... This is minifig scale. So this is how big the Millennium Falcon would be if you were as big as a minifigure. So it's perfectly to scale with the figures. This is not. This is just a display model. This thing would be bigger than our freaking 3 city blocks long if it was minifig scale. Anyway, this is minifig scale at which is cool. It's gorgeous too. But overall, if you wanted one of these and you could only buy one, I would say this is the one. This thing is so impressive. It's just awesome looking. And with the little Tantive 4 swinging off the thing. And underneath, although I've got my... Forget that crane, but you see the little TIE fighter coming out of the launch bay? I never knew it had that until I built it. So cool. All right, I've rambled on enough. I tell you, if you want to get this, get it now, because it's going out of production at the end of this year. It's already sold out on... Well, I don't know. Is it sold out? I think it is sold out on Lego.com, so you'll have to go to a Lego store to get it, or buy a used one like I did. All right, everyone. Happy Sunday.